where I fall in this. There's a trust level here.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the answer is, I will be part of that process. Whatever the council decides, that's fine. I will be part of that process because there's no one in this room that's more qualified to have a conversation about what should and shouldn't happen in the fire department. Nobody. So I don't. You can decide if there. I don't have a problem with two other people, but Dan Reese is going to be part of that.
Fine.
So you pick, and it will not be. You know, if Ms. Pedrati wants to be, we're not going to.
Dan, you can be part of the. You don't have a vote. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't. You know.
Okay, that's fine. I would like to volunteer to be part of that committee. I've done a lot of work preparing myself, and I've read the documents. I've read the stuff about the fire association.
Okay,
I think it'd be great.
Jake.
I don't agree with that.
Jake has more experience.
Jake, you have more.
You're saying you don't want to be a part of this?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone else want to be a part of this?
I do.
Jim. Jake.
At this point, I guess we're not voting on anything.
No,
So
we're just volunteering.
all right.
But we actually have a motion.
Technically, council members aren't supposed to be members of committees.
Right. Sure.
Let me ask you this:
Not a committee.
if I, yeah, that would be a whole different thing. If I were to get an agreement, and can I share that with the council, for the purpose of making suggestions? Let's just say I get an agreement, I send it to the fire association, go back, but the intent would be all the communications would be shared with the council members. Do we violate a?
You can send them something kind of like as an information packet. They can't respond back, so they can't actually get you those kind of comments.
We can respond to Raphael, and he can.
Well, if what the council wants to do is figure out a nonpartisan way, I guess, of reaching out, then usually, and I hate to say this, Raphael, but usually that goes down through management. So the council can instruct the city manager's office to reach out and start the process going and figure out at what point it is appropriate to get council involved with those types of discussions and detail and the formalities. Or he reports back and says, this is kind of where they are. Where do you want me to go with it? You know,
It's a committee. Then, if no one wanted, what about go ahead and having our city manager and Ms. Pedrati?
But what I'm looking
Fine,
at
good man.
then would be a bias by Mayor Reese. If that's the case, then each one of us can bring an agreement in too. What's to prevent us from doing that? What's the difference?
I'm not going to do that.
Right?
You will vote on the
the agreement.
agreement.
No.
No, not when it's biased.
No,
You
we
will-
don't. You can vote against it.
You
don't
can
have to
vote against it if you believe it's biased. What's going to happen is we're going to get something together. I'm going to share it however I can share it, and then it's going to come back before this body. And if you believe it's biased, then you vote no.
And I could bring an agreement in too.
You
Why
can.
not?
You can.
You can bring it before the council.
Okay, but
and
but
you.
but the discussion is going to be between me or whoever and the fire association. If the fire association chooses not to have a conversation, I mean, if you, I don't see how you have another agreement and then bring it forward. I'm not sure why you believe that this is going to be a real problem, because I think I can probably write an agreement that will be would be.
Dan,
That's what I would call an interruption. So we're not going to have that again.
No.
That would bring before the council. If you don't like it, if you think it's biased, then vote against it.
So basically, we're going to, and I think as our chief operating officer or whatever the heck you get to be, you and the city manager doing that is a great idea. And basically, just to clarify, there's going to be an agreement, and unlike the previous agreement, it's going to come to council, and everybody's going to get to read it, and the citizens can stand up and talk about it, and then we're going to vote on it.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't
Sounds
agree with
great.
that. We have attorneys. The attorneys need to get involved in that too.
There will be attorneys
and-
involved.
And like I said, we can all bring in, I can get an agreement.
You,
there.
you may bring whatever you'd like.
Okay.
Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed? That passes. Thank you.